Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe now, and please consider joining on Patreon for just $4 or $7 a month to show your support. Well, you've probably been wondering where I've been the last few days. I know it's been a long time since I didn't have a full episode of 5-Star Matchup ready for you right after the game, and I'm here to let you know it's not for a lack of trying. You see, I've sat down to work on this week's video several times, and I have to be honest with you folks, I just could not care less. I feel like George Pickens in the end zone watching Mitch Trubisky dump it underneath for 3 yards. I feel like Deontay Johnson looking at the scoreboard seeing that once again, the Steelers are losing by multiple scores. I feel like Mike Tomlin looking across the field for the umpteenth time at Bill Belichick, who's once again throttling me for the 100th fucking time in the last 20 years. Now look, I know the very nature of a video like this is going to bring out the worst in people, and invite others to accuse me of being an idiot.
What else is new? Welcome to YouTube.
But I'm here today, Steelers fans, to deliver one very simple message to you and your loved ones this holiday season. It's over. It just is. Mike Tomlin is a Hall of Fame coach that I've supported for the better part of 2 decades now. The third great Pittsburgh Steelers head football coach in a row. He's an icon. I've defended him from naysayers and detractors for the literal majority of my adult life. But one look at history tells us that all great things must come to an end. Bill Cowher, Chuck Noll, the Roman Empire, my student loans, good things, bad things, painful things, they all eventually end. And here today, on this very special episode of 5-Star Matchup, I'm declaring the end of the Mike Tomlin era. Yes, I know words like that are not meant to be said lightly, and I'm not saying them lightly. In fact, I hate saying them. This team's fastest path to success is behind Mike Tomlin, Kenny Pickett, and whatever warm body they've got calling the plays. But it could just not be more evident after the last week, which I'm affectionately deeming the worst of Tomlin's tenure, that it's just not happening for this organization as it's currently constructed. We've now got a 2-year sample size of Kenny Pickett to look at, and the results are underwhelming at best. I guess you could call it a sophomore slump if sophomore slump typically means that you were throwing touchdowns at a lower rate than any other quarterback in the history of the NFL. I like Kenny Pickett, and it's abundantly clear that the Steelers' offensive staff is just that, offensive. But I'm sorry, after watching every snap of his career so far multiple times, I have to concede that at this point, I have minimal hope that he will ever become anything approaching an above-average starter. I wasn't joking, his 1.8 touchdown percentage is literally the worst in NFL history. He's played 12 games this year and thrown for 300 yards less than he did last year in the same number of games. And just 6 touchdowns. 6! I, like everyone else in search of actual football on our mini bye week, was watching the Chiefs and Bills game last night, and I saw Rashee Rice catch his 5th receiving touchdown of the season. Just a regular old, non-star rookie playing with a great quarterback. Not someone any of us would say has been dominating by any means, and he almost eclipsed our quarterback scoring production for the season. Hell, if Pickett misses another game or two, he'll probably surpass his measly 6 touchdown passes. Yeah, I know the Steelers' offensive coaching staff is woefully inept. Yes, I know Mitchell Trubisky played the last game, barf. And yes, I know Kenny Pickett will literally be 26 years old next season. And yes, I know the Rashee Rice comparison is somewhat arbitrary, but fuck you, it's my show, I'll write what I want. This show is a stream of consciousness, and you're getting me in the absolute rawest form today. Where was I? Oh yeah, Mike Tomlin. See, I'm not going to do that thing people on Twitter do where they go year by year through the losses to Tim Tebow and Blake Bortles and the loss to Baker Mayfield and the loss to Tim Tebow and the loss to Mike Glennon and the loss to Bruce Gretkowski and the loss to Mike Glennon, just to describe how bad of a coach Mike Tomlin is. See, I'm not even saying Mike Tomlin is a bad coach. And yes, I know that some other team would hire him immediately. I'm not sure why that argument even matters. But that's not my point. My point is, it just feels like it's time, you know? I'm honestly just tired of talking about the same things over and over and over again. I'm desperate for new problems and new solutions. I can't have the Deontay Johnson conversation anymore. I just can't. I've run out of jokes about a guy celebrating scores down by 20. You know why? That's the shit I used to make fun of the Browns for. And now, we watch our beloved and proud Pittsburgh Steelers pull the same shit week after week with a roster full of guys that may be talented, but besides Cam Hayward and the Boz, has literally never even won a playoff game. Sure, they haven't gone below 500 since I was 13, but you know who has? The Philadelphia Eagles. In fact, the Eagles have gone below 500 4 times since 2012, and they fired 3 coaches in that time. And they've been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, have a star quarterback, and are currently one of the best teams in the league. Who was the first coach they fired in that run? Oh yeah, Andy Reid. Wait, you mean the guy who got scooped up immediately by the Kansas City Chiefs and has only missed the playoffs 1 time since then, including winning his division every single year since 2016, where they were eliminated by Mike Tomlin and the Steelers in their last ever playoff win almost 7 fucking years ago on January 15th, 2017? In the words of the late, great Owen Hart, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Here we go.